And I'm not saying that these belts are even bad. They are not as good as the Gustins, that's for gosh darn sure. Looks 10 times better than brand new. And that's the thing about these belts is like brand new, if you think it's gonna stay looking like that, I don't think anyone would really want to buy it to begin with. You have to break these things in as well. In this box, we have a very nice leather belt. Let's get it out immediately. Ooh, look at that. Gustin, made in USA, baby. I wasn't holding the mic the entire time. I have no idea if my voice was even coming through. But yeah, as I was saying, this is a vegetable tan belt. So this thing is not going to stay the same color, right? This is like the natural color of the hide as it comes out. And it is super thick. It's also wide. It's wider than this belt here by, you know, like a quarter of an inch, rounded at the edge there, silver looking hardware. And of course by silver I mean it's silver colored. It is actually nickel, and here you can compare it to my lifting belt where it is way less silver colored looking compared to the beautiful Gustin one with the Chicago screws on this Gustin, whereas this is painted black. Look how big that is. What? Let's put it on. Right now I'm wearing the Wearloom jeans. I wonder if it will fit through the patch here in the back. And it does. Look at that. But I missed the loop. There we go. Slide it on through the back. Put that in there. And buckle her up. Oh yeah. Perfect. You have to break these things in as well. They're going to be a little bit stiff at first. And because of all the layers, it's going to be harder to get it through certain belt loops. Like right now, I'm trying to get it through this belt loop, but because of the layers, it doesn't want to go through. You don't have to though. You can just put it through the leather loop that it has there on the end anyway. You don't actually have to loop it through that additional belt loop right there. And yeah, this thing fits perfectly. The paleness is going to start going away. It kind of looks good with copper rivets, and it will look even better once it starts browning a bit. Kind of like my phone. This thing actually has leather on it. I wish I could show you, but I'm recording using my phone. And here we have 4 different belts, 2 of them by Gustin. They're the heavyweight, the super heavyweight rather, as well as the Horween Latigo belt, along with these 2 cheap Amazon belts. And I'm not saying that these belts are even bad. They are not as good as the Gustins, that's for gosh darn sure. But they're definitely not bad belts. And I'm just using them here as a comparison so you can see the buckles on a couple of those Amazon brands. But yeah, then you have the Gustin buckles with the beautiful, huge buckle. Yeah, I mean, look at that. I may also be darkening this here with just a little bit of a conditioner or something like that, just to kind of show the process. These Gustin heavyweight leather belts are burnished on the edges, so you'll be able to see. Maybe I should bring it out into the sun a little bit. It's kind of dark in the shade, but you can see how the edges are burnished, and it's just one big slab of leather. You can also see how it's starting to get a little bit blue, if you can even, it's so bright out here. It's starting to get a little bit blue around there, as you can see from the indigo crocking onto the back of the belt. So here we have some beeswax, some leather beeswax. It's mixed. It's not 100% beeswax. It's a cheap beeswax from Walmart, and we're just going to slather it on. What's going to happen is this is going to darken a little bit by a good shade or 2, and it probably won't even soften too much because this is a thick leather and I'm not trying to soften it. It's like, even though it is thick and stiff, it's still it's fine. It's not uncomfortable to wear as a belt when it's stiff, so it's fine. It'll break in naturally, but I do want to darken it slightly, mostly for the video. Otherwise I probably would have left it just pale like this, but probably only do this once ever. Like, this might be the only time I ever do this, because belts don't typically need to be conditioned, from at least the belts that I've owned, like Horween Latigo belts and stuff. Maybe those are a little bit different from this type of leather, because this does seem way less packed with oils than the Horween stuff. So maybe it will eventually need some conditioning in the future. We'll see. So you just grab some of this beeswax here. Use some affiliate links in the description below for certain things. definitely for the belt. Don't drop your phone. I'm literally holding it between my legs. So you just want to smooth over some of the conditioner. You can use something like Obanoff's, you can use Snow Seal if you want, or you can use lighter conditioners, but something like Big 4, which is one of my highly most recommended leather conditioners, Big 4, something like that's not really going to darken this. I mean, it might darken it like the tiniest of shades, but it certainly is not going to do anything like it's doing here. And hopefully it's coming across in a camera, because from what I'm seeing, it's kind of shaded back here. It's super sunny today. You basically just want to spread one layer across the whole thing. And I'm not really measuring or anything like that. No need to measure. Just do it by hand. You'll feel the difference as well when it comes to beeswax and the conditioners moving around. Again, this is not 100% beeswax, but it is basically mostly beeswax, I suppose. And when it comes to the hardware, it doesn't matter with this stuff as well. Not a bad thing for it. It's not going to affect the hardware. And I'm not going to do the underside of the belt. I'm just doing this side because it's the smooth end where it's folded over. And it would be way more efficient if I wasn't holding my phone between my knees. You can see it darkening as well as I continue rubbing the beeswax over it. Yeah, there we go, nice. That looks way better. I think most people prefer once these darken a little bit anyway. And the holes there, but that's okay. It's just a little bit of beeswax. It'll work its way out, or you can just not be lazy about it, but I will be lazy about it. But look at how nice this looks. And it's gonna lighten up a bit because it's still slightly wet-ish from the application. So once it dries out over the course of like an hour, it will lighten a little bit, but you can see the kind of antique look to it now. It already looks 10 times better than brand new. And that's the thing about these belts, is like brand new, if you think it's gonna stay looking like that, I don't think anyone would really want to buy it to begin with, right? But because of the way it ages like this, that is exactly why people buy these natural belts. Not every pair of jeans will have loops this large that can fit this super heavyweight belt through. Usually with with some other pairs of jeans, I would have to have it above the loop because the loop wouldn't be wide enough to fit the whole thing. But this thing is so beefy, it's insane. I'm loving how it's looking with the little bit of beeswax that was added. It looks a little bit better, and it's going to continue looking better over time. Gustin is doing amazing things out there, making things in the USA, as well as certain things in Canada, like their rainbow nap, which I've reviewed. Check out my videos for the rainbow naps, for their sashiko pants. Those are amazing pants as well. They'll get your hands nice and blue. Super heavyweight belt from Gustin. Again, made in USA. It has this super thick buckle. I'm currently wearing the Red Wing 2015 Huntsman boots. These are one of my favorite pairs of boots ever. This is some of the thickest leather you're going to find. The way that it'll patina is a lot like how denim heads love their denim, their raw denim, aging the way that it ages based on the life that they're living, right? So the same thing happens with these heavyweight leather belts. I mean, it doesn't have to be heavyweight, but these natural leather belts, vegetable tanned, of course. Well, let me get into the sizing. I know I mentioned it a little bit, but in terms of sizing, this is a size 32 belt, right? And I have a size 31.5-inch chest or waist. I keep saying chest for some reason. 41-inch chest, 31-inch waist. Basically, I'm supposed to get it back to 31. It's a little bit higher than 31, but basically a 31-inch waist with a 32-inch belt, right? And depending on the material that you have on for your jeans and stuff like that, it might bunch up more. So you need to adjust the belt in different spots. But as a generality, when it comes to sizing a leather belt, they measure from the end of this leather here to the middle of the holes, to the center hole right there in between. As you can see, there's 7 holes, and they'll measure to the center hole up to about here. What is that? So 1-inch increments. And you can always punch more holes into belts like this, of course, but then you start getting like a longer tail. Like if you're losing weight, this tail will end up being longer on you unless you want to cut it off. And if you end up gaining weight, then the tail will be quite short because you'll be putting holes up to here, right? But yeah, it's very hard to beat Gustin's value when it comes to any of their stuff, not just the belts. This is $89 in their stock. If it's currently stocked, it more than likely is around the time of the release of this video, but they do kind of cyclical crowdfunding blocks, right? And once they have enough stock, they'll put it in their stock, and it costs slightly more if you're not doing the crowdfunded route, but still significantly less than virtually any other made in USA belt. Find me a made in USA belt that's of this quality, and this is not rhetorical, I'm saying find me a USA made belt of this quality that's only $89 or less. You're gonna be hard pressed to find it. Made in USA, and gotta love Gustin all day. Affiliate links in the description below. Don't forget to support the channel.